NFC North divisional matchup featuring two really good wide receivers. It's Jordy Nelson going up against Alshon Jeffrey. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. They come up in an offset eye. Throwing is Wentz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
Zach Ertz, the man in motion.
Watch it now, Barney.
They go play action for Matthews. Now Wentz. Going deep here for Matthews. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. After the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. In the backfield is Anderson. He's going to get the football. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The offense on your screen now, and our first look at C.J. Anderson.
And what a look it's going to be. Making a name for himself rapidly running the football.
They run it again with Anderson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Let's go! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Screen play, Anderson. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So on fourth down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Super Bowl MVP Malcolm Smith. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics. and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, Anderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Give them 18 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Eagles.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Here we go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Gerald McCoy with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. In motion left here, Green Beckham. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. Emmanuel Sanders deep for the Broncos. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. 10 yards to go on 3rd. And the backfield is Anderson. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nigel Bradham in there to sack him for a loss of 6. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And on 3rd and 8 defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now the ball comes loose. And the Eagles have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Past the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him. I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Foles. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. That one good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now Wentz will keep it. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
4 down. Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
All right, now, look at 56. Here we go. Look at 39. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Ryan Matthews. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the eye.
Detroit! Back 99, Philly, here we go! Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll try to run it now with Sproles. And he's in! Touchdown, Eagles! Darren Sproles, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
But we decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe the sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
A second down carry for Booker. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Green alone out to the right.
Now let's go. Watch it now, Marty. Now look at 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Virgil Green. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got time. Now he'll escape to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
So on, and now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here's a handoff to Sproles to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here, as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking middle, and that's complete. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Simeon's going to keep it, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now this time he'll look to throw. A dump off to Anderson. Anderson loses the football, and that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the side.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Wentz to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Let's go. Blue landed. Over.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. Here's Donnie Jones now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now Sanders. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands for... and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's second down. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect that.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Second down following the incompletion. 10th carry now for Anderson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the offense in that middle ground here on third down. 5 yards to go. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Time running out here on the play clock. To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And welcome back back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Again, Anderson. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And able to find Green. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. He sets. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On second down, here's Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, right down there. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On first down, Wentz. Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw, it's Wentz. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got a man here. Complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Pass incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Sproles. And it's 3rd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So the field goal got him back within 1 score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Following the penalty, Anderson. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. On 3rd down, Booker. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8-ball.
And this one is no good. He missed it, and this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge. Their D-line surge leading to fourth.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Good.
Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
All right, now look at 56.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Over. Detroit.
Halfback sent in motion. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And Denver getting set to take the field. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, or who you're playing, no matter where.